ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषु भिज्ञेश्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। आप सभी का स्वागत है आज के इस गीता के प्रवचन में। और हम अध्ययन कर रहे हैं 7वें अध्याय का 17वां श्लोक।
We welcome all of you to today's Bhagavad Gita class. We are studying 7th chapter, verse number 17. In the earlier, Bhagavan said that there are 4 types of people who worship him, which contains the Artharthi, Jigyasu and Gyani. That was explained how the Artha, they want solution to their problems from Bhagavan. They are the distressed ones. The Artharthi, those who inquire, those who are the seeker of wealth, they want wealth, so they worship Bhagavan. The Jigyasu, is the one who inquiring into nature of truth, and the Gyani, he understands what is the goal of life. That's why he worships Bhagavan. So now the question arises, is there any gradation among these 4, or all 4 are same?
या सभी एक जैसे ही हैं। तो उसके लिए भगवान
For that, Bhagavan speaks the next verse, number 17.
उसमें कहते हैं तेषाम ज्ञानी नित्य युक्त एक भक्तिर्विशिष्यते प्रियो हि ज्ञानिनोत्यर्थम अहम स च मम प्रियः। तो कहते हैं कि इन चारों में
So he says
इनमें से सदा मुझसे युक्त रहने
that
वाला और अनन्य भक्ति से संपन्न ज्ञानी श्रेष्ठ
out of these, the person endowed with wisdom, who is ever united with me
और वह मुझे प्रिय
and
है।
invested with exclusive devotion, is preeminent. Indeed, I am exceedingly dear to the wise person, and he is dear to me.
विशिष्टता का मतलब
So Bhagavan says
विशेष या
that
साधारण नहीं है।
the Jnani
और
is
उसकी
special
विशेषता क्या है? तो उसके लिए दो
out
चीज
of
बताते
these
हैं।
four. So what is
एक
his
नित्य युक्त
speciality?
और
For that
एक
he says
एक भक्ति।
Nitya Yukta and Eka
तो नित्य
Bhakti.
युक्त का अर्थ है कि वो मुझसे
Nitya
हमेशा
Yukta
युक्त
means
है।
he is ever united with me.
तो इससे ये भाव आता है कि जो बाकी तीन है वो हमेशा युक्त नहीं
So
रहेंगे।
that means the other three, they are not always united with Bhagavan.
पता लगता है कि जो
And
आर्त है
we
उसको भी कोई
understand
समस्या
that
है
the Artha who has some
तो उसकी
problem,
समस्या दूर हो जाएगी तो वो अपने घर चला
when his
जाएगा।
problem will be solved,
आप किसी
he
व्यक्ति
will
के पास में
go
जाते
back
हैं कोई
home.
समस्या लेके,
You go to
उसकी समस्या
someone
का समाधान हो
with
जाता है
some
तो अपने घर
problem.
चले जाते हैं। ये थोड़ी का मेरी समस्या का
When
समाधान
your
हो गया
problem
तो
is solved,
सेवा में रहूंगा।
you just go back. It is not that even after problem is
तो
solved, you
उसका
remain
मूल
in the
उद्देश्य जो
service.
है वो भक्ति का
Because
तो
his main purpose
मूल
was not
उद्देश्य
to
वो
do
अपनी
bhakti.
समस्या का
Main
समाधान
purpose
करना
was to get solution to his problems.
तो इसलिए वो नित्य
That
युक्त
is
है
why he is not
युक्त है
Nitya Yukta. He is
लेकिन
Yukta
कुछ
or united, but not always. But
क्योंकि
it
उसकी
is for
निष्ठा जो है
temporary
वो
time.
एक प्रकार की है।
Because his nishtha is not
तो
of
इसलिए कहा
one
कि
type.
दूसरा इसका
That's
विशेषण है
why
एक
Bhagavan
भक्ति।
said that
एक भक्ति
the
का मतलब
second
होता है कि
qualifier of this person is Eka Bhakti,
जिसकी एक में ही भक्ति है।
whose bhakti is in one
ये
person
एक का मतलब
only.
मुख्य भी होता
Or
है कि
here
उसका
Ek
मुख्य
means
भक्ति ही है।
primary also, that his primary goal of life is bhakti
और
only.
उससे फिर ये भी भाव आता है कि जो
And
बाकी
from that
तीन
we
हैं वो
also
एक भक्ति नहीं
understand
है
that the other three, they are not Eka
क्योंकि
Bhakti.
उनका भाव जो है केवल
Because their
भगवान के
bhava
प्रति प्रीति
is
करना ही नहीं है।
not just to have
भगवान के
preeti
प्रति वो प्रीति
for
करते हैं
Bhagavan.
लेकिन
They do have
अपना
preeti
स्वार्थ
for
सिद्ध
Bhagavan,
करने के लिए
but that is
ये
also
सकाम
for
भक्त
their
हैं
self-interest
और
only.
ये निष्काम
That's why
भक्त
they
हैं।
are Sakam Bhaktas, but this
तो
is the Nishkam
उनका
Bhakta.
उनकी जो भावनाएं हैं उनका जो
So
हृदय है
their
वो बटा हुआ रहता है।
heart, their feelings, that is
जैसे
divided.
एक व्यक्ति किसी कार्यालय में या किसी कंपनी में
Just
काम
like
करता है
one person,
तो
he
वो जहाँ
works
काम
in an
करता है
office.
उनके लिए काम
When
नहीं
he
करता
works
है।
in the office, he works
वो जो 8
for
घंटा वहाँ
the
काम करे तो
boss.
उन्हीं का होके काम करता है
He works for 8
लेकिन
hours
उसकी
for
निष्ठा
them
जो है वो
only.
कंपनी में नहीं रहती है ना।
But his nishtha
निश्चित
is
है कि
not in
उसको
the
ज़्यादा
company. If some other
वेतन
company gives him higher salary, then he will give up
तो
the
और
earlier
वहाँ
job.
से भी जो वेतन मिलता है
And from there
वो
also,
अपने घर
the
वालों
salary that he gets,
अपने
he
घर के लिए
brings it
अपने
home.
परिवार के लिए
He
अपने
uses
खर्चे
it
करता है।
for
तो ये
his
तो नहीं सोचता
personal
कि ये वेतन जो मेरे
use.
को मिला है इसमें से जो
He
मेरी
doesn't think
ज़रूरत
that
है
the
वो
salary
मैं
that I have
बाकी
received,
कंपनी में लगा दूंगा।
I should take what I need, and
ऐसे नहीं
remaining I
सोचता
should invest in the
ये
company
चाहता ही नहीं
itself.
है।
He does not think like that.
तो उसकी
He
मूल
does not
निष्ठा
work
अपने घर में ही
for
रहती
the
है।
company. He actually works for
तो
himself
इसी
only.
प्रकार
That
जो
is his
आर्त
where his nishtha lies.
अर्थार्थी है
That's why the
जिज्ञासु
Artha Artharthi
उसकी मूल
Jigyasu,
निष्ठा भगवान में
their
ही है
primary nishtha is not in
लेकिन
Bhagavan,
भगवान को मानते हैं
but
वो
they do accept
वो
Bhagavan.
जानते हैं कि
They know this much
इनसे ही
that
मेरा मेरी कामना की पूर्ति होगी
my
इन्हीं
desire
की
will
वजह
be
से ही
fulfilled by
तो वो
Bhagavan
भगवान
only.
से
My
अलग
life
होकर रहते
depends
हैं
on him only. But they
तो इसलिए वो
remain
एक भक्ति नहीं
separate
है।
from Bhagavan. That's why they are
तो
not
इन
Eka
दो
Bhakti.
कारणों से
So, due to these two reasons,
भगवान कहते हैं कि वो
Bhagavan says
विशिष्ट है
that
इन
this
तीनों चारों में
Jnani
वो
is
विशेष है।
special. He is
तेषाम शब्द
Vishesh.
का मतलब कि
Tesham word
ये
means
निर्धारण करना है कि जो
that
श्रेष्ठ है
to decide who is the
तो वो श्रेष्ठ है।
best out of these two.
तो जो हम साधक लोग हैं
So, we
हमें इससे
sadhakas,
क्या सीख लेनी है?
what should we learn from this?
खाली ये तो नहीं है कि भगवान ने कह दिया
It is
करो
not just
तो
that
सब लोग
Bhagavan
अपने घर
said,
चले जाओ।
he praised the Gyanis,
हमें
we
क्या
hear
सिखा
that
रहे
and
हैं?
go back home. What is he
तो
trying
हमें
to
यही
teach
शिक्षा
us?
दे रहे हैं कि
So he
अगर
is
हमको
trying to
भक्ति
teach us
करनी है
that if we have to
और
do
अगर हमें
bhakti,
भगवान की प्रीति प्राप्त
And if we want to attain Preeti of Bhagavan, because Bhagavan says that this person is dear to me, he is Priya, then we have to become like this. So here 2 points are mentioned, Nitya Yukta and Eka Bhakti. What Sri Rupa Goswami defines as Uttama Bhakti. So Anyabhilashita Shunyam means that the hook is not tied somewhere else. The hook of our life is tied in different places. We have tied ourselves to so many places. So Eka Bhakti means in one place only, not to have any other desire, or rather only desire for bhakti. In this way we will remain Nitya Yukta. Otherwise, the sadhaka does some bhajan also and he does some other things also. So we have to check. It is we only who can analyze ourselves. The other person who is knowledgeable can also understand, but what is the use of that? If somebody else knows me, how does that benefit me? I get benefited only when I understand myself, and then I introspect on my good qualities and faults, and then I try to get rid of the faults. That's why here Bhagavan says that sadhaka should be like this. So we have to analyze our own psychology, our own mind, and check where my nishtha is lying, and I have to uproot the nishtha from all other places other than Bhagavan, and I have to bring the nishtha completely into Bhagavan. Only then. That's why Bhagavan says that this Jnani is Vishishta, is special. Then he also says that this wise person is very dear to me. He is actually very dear to me. The word artha itself has so many meanings. Like in the previous verse, he had said artha arthi. The word artha was used twice, artha and arthi. So arth means wealth and arthi means one who desires the wealth. There itself, artha word had two different meanings. So here also atyartha is there. Artha, when there is a word, the object that is denoted by the word, that is also called artha. For example, if I use the word book, so book is a word that I am uttering from my mouth, and there is an object book also, which is denoted by the word book. So the word that we utter, that is known as vachak, the denominator, or the denoter, and the object that is indicated by the word is the denoted. So the word artha also means vachya, that which is being denoted, the avideya. So atyartha word means this also. Jnani is so dear to me that I have no word to describe that. If somebody asks you, you say that I love him very much, and the person asks, how much do you love? So then you explain that I love you 10 kg or 20 kg? No, love cannot be weighed in numbers. You can only say I love you very much. That's why here Bhagavan says that Jnani loves me so much that I have no word to describe that. Meaning, I have it is indescribable. Sometimes we say that I have no words to express my feelings, because Preeti is a bhava, and expressing it in words is difficult. And as this Preeti, especially the prema, explaining it in words is even more difficult, because the word prema is used for so many things. People say I love chocolate. So there also they use
आजकल कहते रहते हैं love I
they
love
use the word love for so many things, this chocolate, this person, etc. So the word love has so many meanings.
यहाँ किस अर्थ में कही जा रही है
So here it is used in which meaning?
पिछले श्लोक से समझना मतलब
We have to understand that from the previous verse or the previous line.
यानी कि उसकी पूर्ण निष्ठा
Meaning his complete nishtha, the jnani, his complete nishtha is in Bhagavan only. That's why Bhagavan says
तो भगवान ऐसे नहीं है कि वो केवल
that he is very dear to me.
अपने
So Bhagavan is not like a person who is just sitting on a raised seat, the Singhasan, and everyone else is just doing arati to him and he is very happy receiving this arati. No. Bhagavan also has preeti because he follows a very important rule which we know.
तो भगवान बहुत
Bhagavan
दयालु हैं
is very compassionate
और दूसरे के हृदय को
and
समझते हैं
he understands the other person's heart.
प्रेम करना जानते हैं
He knows how to love.
तो जैसे हम अपने
So
इसी प्रकार काम करते हैं
we also work like this. Actually, this rule is of Bhagavan only. Our rule is also like that. If somebody behaves nicely with you, then you also behave nicely with that person.
और कोई आपसे अच्छा बर्ताव नहीं करता तो आप
If somebody misbehaves with you, then you also misbehave with that person.
मित्रम न कस्य कश्चित् रिपु व्यवहारेण जायन्ते मित्र शत्रुवस्तथा न कोई किसी का मित्र है ना कोई किसी का शत्रु है.
Nobody is anyone's friend, nobody is anyone's enemy. A friendship and enmity depend on our behavior only. So why does this happen? That is because the way we behave with others, others will also behave accordingly with me. If we misbehave with someone, he will become our enemy. If we behave nicely with someone, he will become our friend. So we don't understand this point and we keep wondering why is that person envious of me or he is having enmity towards me. So actually the main reason for that is we ourselves only. But in rare cases, some people may have that nature only. They don't understand what is friendship. They only understand enmity because there is demoniac nature also. In Gita, Bhagavan says, such people, they think that who else is there like me. So that also happens. But the way we behave in this world, according to others' behavior, we also reciprocate accordingly. Bhagavan also reciprocates accordingly. This is a psychology that we should understand. And this is very practical psychology because we have to deal with people in this world. So according to that, Bhagavan also behaves. Bhagavan is also like that. So if we want that Bhagavan should be merciful to us, then we have to do bhakti to him. Accordingly, he will reciprocate. So we have to do bhakti from our heart. In this world, what happens? We wear a mask and we tell others that we love you. And the other person, his heart melts because words also have power. Whether our heart has love or no, if you simply tell someone that you are very so beautiful, so whether he is beautiful or no, you told that point and the other person will feel so happy. And you are actually not telling from your heart. You can just tell to please the other person. He understands. But in case of Bhagavan, the problem is this trick does not work with him because he is seated in our heart. He knows everything. So there is no point of telling so many things to Bhagavan. In this society, we can impress others by our words. And people do get impressed. Later, when they understand slowly that the person is speaking, but his behavior is not according to his words. But Bhagavan does not get tricked with like this. He already understands the person is lying. That's why he does not mess up with anyone. So we have to understand this that no type of show off will work with Bhagavan. That's why Bhagavan says that my bhakta is Arjava. He does not have any deception. He never deceives.
उनके साथ में कैतवता, धोखा, मिथ्याचार,
So any kind of cheating, lying, falsity,
कुछ
all
अंधेर,
this
कुछ ये उनको करना नहीं चाहिए।
hypocrisy, it does not work with
इसलिए
Bhagavan.
भक्ति में आपको
That's why in bhakti you have to become very
लोग सरल
saral or
होते हैं,
simple. Devotees are
तो कोई
simple
बहाना नहीं
hearted.
चलते। समाज में
There
तो
is no cheating in
बहुत
their heart.
भव्यता से लोग बहुत
In the
आसानी से
society
लेकिन
this
वो
works.
सामाजिक
In
आचरण,
society
तो वो
you can
आध्यात्म में नहीं
progress
चलते।
with hypocrisy and
तो
cheating,
इसलिए भगवान
but
कहते
that
हैं कि
does not
हे
work
ज्ञानी
in the
नित्य
spiritual
अहम स
domain.
च मैं प्रिय। अर्थ शब्द का दूसरा अर्थ व्यवधान भी होता है।
The word artha also means
व्यवधान
vyavadhan.
का मतलब जैसे आप और आपके सामने
Vyavadhan means that
कोई वस्तु खड़ी
suppose
कर दें,
we place an obstacle
तो उस वस्तु
between
का
both
दूसरी
of
तरफ
us,
आपको दिखाई नहीं पड़ेगा।
so you will not be able to see
तो वो कहते
the
हैं
other
कि
side of
भक्ति
that
का इसका मतलब
obstacle. So
अतिक्रमण है,
Bhagavan says
व्यवधान है, यही ना कि मेरे और उसके बीच में कोई व्यवधान नहीं है।
that there is no obstacle between me and my
जैसे
devotee,
आप किसी से वास्तव
the
में
wise
प्रेम करते
person.
हैं तो उससे आप अपना दिल खोल कर बात करते हैं।
When you actually love
ऐसा नहीं
someone,
होता कि
you
आप
speak
प्रेम भी
to
करते
that
हैं और
person
साथ में कुछ छुपा के भी रखते हैं,
by opening your heart.
तो वो फिर
You
प्रेम
don't
नहीं है।
hide anything. If you
लव
hide
का
something, there
वही
is no
अर्थ है।
love. Where
भगवान
there is real love, there
गोपियों
everything
से
is open.
जो भगवान ने गोपियों के साथ में लीला
There
की
are
है, उनका
no
वस्त्र हरण किया,
where there is real love, there are
तो
no
इसलिए भी
clothes.
दिखाया है कि
This
प्रेम
is what
में
Bhagavan showed
कोई
in
आवरण नहीं है।
the Leela where he stole the clothes of the gopis. He
अगर
wanted to
प्रेम में
show that
आवरण है
there is no covering
तो वो
in
प्रीति
Preeti.
नहीं है,
If there is covering in
वो
Preeti,
धोखा है,
then there is no
उसमें
Preeti. It
मिलावट
is
है।
some kind of cheating or it is
तो जो
mixed.
शुद्ध प्रीति होती है
So the pure Preeti,
उसमें कोई भी इस प्रकार का आवरण, कुटिलता,
it does not have any
कुछ
type
भी
of
नहीं होता।
covering or
तो
cheating.
अत्यर्थ का मतलब भी यही है कि प्रियो
So
ही
Atyartha
ज्ञानी
means this
नित्यार्थम, कि
also.
ज्ञानी जो मेरे साथ प्रीति करता है
The
वो
Jnani
अत्यर्थ
who has
प्रीति है।
Preeti with me,
हमारे और
that
उनके
is
बीच में
Atyartha
कुछ
Preeti.
व्यवधान नहीं है,
There is no
क्योंकि वो क्यों
obstacle
छुपाएगा
between both of us, because
जब
why
वो
will
अपने
a
हृदय में उनके
devotee
सामने खोल
hide
देता है।
anything from Bhagavan?
हालांकि
He
भगवान
opens
को
his
भी
heart to
जानते हैं,
Bhagavan. Although Bhagavan
भक्त ये समझते हैं कि
knows,
भगवान मेरे
but
बारे
Bhakta
में सब कुछ
also
जानते हैं,
understands that Bhagavan
तो
already
आगे क्या
knows
करना
everything
चाहिए
about me. When a person does something
दूसरों को
wrong,
वो पता चले ना चले,
then
लेकिन भगवान
others
को पता
understand
रहता
or
है,
know,
उनको
but
बहुत ऊपर है।
Bhagavan knows definitely. We cannot
जैसे
cheat
हम
him,
अपने आप को धोखा नहीं दे सकते,
just
आप
like we
गलत
cannot
काम
cheat
करते हैं तो आपको पता ही
ourselves,
रहती है ना,
because when
तो
we are doing
भगवान मुझे
something wrong, we know it. Similarly, Bhagavan also
क्योंकि वो
knows
दोनों
whatever
नित्य
we are
युक्त हैं।
doing, because both are Nitya Yukta,
जैसे
they are ever united.
आप कोई बिजली का प्लग है और
Just
उसमें
like
कुछ
suppose there is an electrical
यंत्र लगा
plug
दें
and
तो
you
उसमें भी बिजली
insert
आ जाएगी ना।
some
ऐसा तो है
instrument
नहीं कि
plug in
एक
the
में बिजली
socket,
रहे और दूसरे
then
में
it
ना
will
रहे,
have current. It is not possible that
क्योंकि वो
the
युक्त
current
नहीं है।
will flow till the socket
तो
and not into
भगवान
the
और भक्त
instrument,
हृदय
because
उसी
both are
प्रकार से
now
है,
interconnected.
आपस में
Similarly, Bhagavan
इसीलिए
and
इसको
Bhakta, their
योग
hearts
कहते
are
हैं
interconnected. That's why it is known
कि
as
दोनों जुड़े
yoga.
हुए हैं। युक्त
Both
का
are
मतलब होता है
connected.
जुड़े
Yukta
हुए,
means
युज
connected.
धातु,
It is made from yuj dhatu.
तो युजिर योगे। तो इसलिए जो उनके हृदय में है वो स्पष्ट भगवान को भी रहती है, और इसलिए उनके हृदय में कुछ और दूसरी चीज रहती नहीं है,
So,
अन्य
whatever is in the heart of the devotee, it is clear to
वही
Bhagavan.
रहती है,
There is nothing else
अन्य
in
है।
the devotee's heart.
और जो ये
But
एक
the
भक्त
Artha, Artharthi, and
ज्ञानी
Jigyasu, they have some other desires also. But this
कोई
Jnani,
इच्छा नहीं होती है,
he doesn't have any other desire.
तो इसलिए वो नित्य युक्त रहता है,
That's
क्योंकि
why
हमारी जो
he is
इच्छाएं
Nitya
हैं
Yukta. Because
वही
our
हमको
desires,
दूसरों से अलग करती हैं।
it is our desires only that
अगर मेरी
separate us
इच्छा और
from
आपकी इच्छा
others.
अलग है
If my desire is
तो फिर
different
हम
from
अलग
your
अलग
desire,
अभिलाषाएं
then
करेंगे।
we remain separate due to
हमारी
our
एक ही इच्छा
separateness
है
of
तो हम
desire.
आपस में मिलकर
If
काम
we have
करेंगे।
one desire only, then we can
इसलिए
work
जो
together.
है ये समाज
That's
में
why
शांति ला
bhakti
सकती है,
can bring
क्योंकि
peace
इसमें
in the
सिर्फ एक ही इच्छा
society,
रहती है भगवान
because
को
in
प्रीति
bhakti
करने की।
everyone has only
और
one
जो
desire, and that is to
समाज
please
है
Bhagavan.
जहाँ हम भगवान को भी
But the
मानते हैं, जहाँ
materialistic
कृष्ण मानते हैं,
society
तो वहाँ
where
शांति नहीं
Bhagavan
मिलती।
Paramatma are not
कि आप
accepted,
शांति के
their
लिए
peace is
जितने
not
प्रयास
possible,
करते रहिए,
no matter how much you
क्योंकि अगर
keep
प्रत्येक
trying
व्यक्ति
to attain
ईश्वर
peace.
केंद्रित रहेगा
Because if every person is
तो आपस में मेल
selfish,
क्या होगा।
self centered,
वो
then
जानेंगे
how
क्या कि
is
हमारे पास तो कुछ
cooperation
नियम बने
possible?
हैं,
of course, you can make some laws to live together because you have to fulfill your desires, I have to fulfill my desires, and we need help of each other. So then we make an agreement or document, something like constitution, and then we function according to that. But there is no unity of heart.
तो यहाँ भक्ति में हृदय से मेल होता है.
But in bhakti, there is unity of both the hearts. And when there is unity of hearts, then you don't need any rules and regulations. That's why in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the two types of bhakti that are described, Vaidhi and Raganuga, it is for this purpose only that Vaidhi bhakti works on rules and regulations. His heart is not into bhakti, but in Raganuga, the bhakta works on rag.
उसके ऊपर हावी नहीं होता है. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो विधि के विरुद्ध.
It is not that he disobeys the rules. Why will he disobey the rules? He works for pleasure of Bhagavan, and the vidhis are meant for pleasure of Bhagavan only. So he does not break any rule.
तो वो उसके लिए स्वाभाविक होती है.
But for him, bhakti is natural. But Vaidhi Bhakta, he does it with plan.
एक में
That's why there is difference in both.
गहराई से जाता है.
In Raganuga Bhakti, the Bhakta is very deep, but in Vaidhi Bhakti, the Bhakta is not so deep.
कारण है
This is the reason
कि
why
जो भक्ति है वो समाज में एक
Bhakti
शांति,
brings
प्रसन्नता
peace, happiness,
और ऐश्वर्य
and opulence in the society.
तो उसके लिए भगवान यहाँ इसलिए कहते हैं कि ज्ञानी जो है वो मेरे को बहुत प्रिय है.
That's why Bhagavan says here that the Jnani, the wise person, is very dear to me.
ये सीट दे दो उनको बैठने के लिए. तो अद्वैतवाद वाले इसका थोड़ा अलग व्याख्या करते हैं. कहते हैं उनके
Advaitavadis, they explain this in a different way. They say that oneness happens with Bhagavan.
वो अर्थ निकालते हैं.
So they interpret in a different way.
तो इसके बाद में फिर
Then
प्रश्न ये आता है,
the question arises, Bhagavan says that Jnani is very dear to him.
बाकी जो तीन
Then what about the other three, the Artha, Jigyasu and Artharthi?
तो उनका क्या है? क्या
What
वो
about
प्रिय
them?
नहीं है?
Are they not dear to him?
प्रश्न स्वतः ही आएगा ना.
This is the natural question.
तो उसके लिए भगवान कहते हैं कि ऐसा नहीं है.
So for that Bhagavan says, no, it is not that they are not dear to him. They are also dear, but not so dear. Ati Artha means that
तीर्थ का मतलब
the Jnani is very dear to me, to Bhagavan, extremely dear. So that means the others are also somewhat dear to him.
लोग बोलते हैं उदारः सर्वैवेते ज्ञानी तो आत्मैव मे मतम आस्थितः सहि युक्तात्मा मामेव अनुत्तमाम गतिम. ये भी सभी निसंदेह
Translation:
उदार हैं.
all of these people indeed are noble, but the person endowed with wisdom is my very self. This is my view, because such a person, having fixed his mind on me, has taken refuge of me, considering me alone as the highest goal.
भगवान कहते हैं कि जो बाकी
So Bhagavan says that the remaining three types of devotees, they are also udara. Who are udar?
उदार बोलते हैं जो बहुत दानी होता है.
Udar actually means one who is very charitable.
बहुत दान करता है, उसको कहते हैं कि बहुत उदार चित्त व्यक्ति है.
This person is his heart is considered udar. Udar is the opposite of miser.
और एक उदार होना.
Miser is one who does not like to give anything to anyone, but Bhagavan says his bhakta is very udar. Although these other people are also coming for fulfilling their selfish desires only, still Bhagavan is considering them as udar. Why? They are not giving anything, they are coming to get something from Bhagavan. Then why does Bhagavan consider them as udar? If you go to ask something from someone, then who is udar? The one who is giving or one who is taking? But Bhagavan is considering these people as udar, although they are coming to take something from him.
पहली बात तो ये
So Bhagavan is addressing them as Udar
जैसा हो
because, first of all,
दूसरों को भी वैसा ही सोचता है
a person, whatever his character is, he thinks others are also like him only. If someone is very simple, he considers others also as simple only. If someone is truthful, he assumes others also to be truthful only. If someone is a hypocrite, he thinks others also like that. If someone is a thief,
भगवान
he
परम उदार
considers
है
others also as thief only. So Bhagavan is the most Udar.
भी उदार
That's why Bhagavan is also
और वो
considering these
उदार
three as
इसलिए
Udar.
उदार
And
इसलिए
why
है
they
कि
are
वो हमारी
considered as
सेवा कर
Udar?
रहे हैं
That is because they are
दूसरा
approaching Bhagavan. So they are giving their time to Bhagavan or no?
सेवा करते हैं पूजा
They are
करते
doing
हैं
some
आरती
seva
करते
to
हैं
Bhagavan, some puja,
मंदिर जाते
arati,
हैं उनका नाम लेते हैं
visiting temple,
जो
doing
अपना
some nam
समय दे रहे
japa.
हैं
So
उसका
because they are
उपयोग
giving time to Bhagavan, and time
वो
is
उनके लिए लगाते हैं इसलिए कहते
time
हैं
is
बहुत उदार
money.
दूसरा
So
उदार इसलिए भी है कि वो
Bhagavan
दूसरों का
addresses them
भला
as
चाहते
Udar.
हैं
The other reason is that
बहुत
these
सारे
other three people, they are not
उदार
going to
इसलिए
other
होते हैं
devatas, rather they are
जिनको भला
coming to
चाहते हैं
Bhagavan
जैसे
only.
मैंने कहा था कि वो
So
अल्प
those who
मेधस
go
होते
to
हैं
others,
उनसे शांति
Bhagavan called them
नहीं
as Alpa Medasa. They are less intelligent.
तो ये लोग मेरे पास आते हैं
But these people are coming to Bhagavan only.
उदार इसलिए भी हैं
And they are
कि
Udar
अगर
also
कोई व्यक्ति
because
बहुत बड़ा
that
दानी है
suppose a person is very charitable,
लेकिन उनको दान लेने आता ही नहीं है
but nobody comes to him to
तो
take
उसको कौन
charity.
दानी कहेगा
So then how do you consider that person as
कोई
Dani
व्यक्ति अगर
or
दानी है और
charitable?
उसको दान
If
करने
you are
वाला अच्छा नहीं आता
charitable, but you don't get any
तो दानी किस
opportunity
बात
to
का
do
बनेगा
charity, then what sort of charitable person will
तो
you
भगवान
remain?
कहते हैं कि मैं
So
उदार हूँ
Bhagavan
इसलिए
says that
उदार
I am
इसलिए हूँ कि
Udar
उदार होने के
and they
बाद
are
फिर मैं
coming
उदार
to
हूँ
take something from me, then only
अगर
I
ऐसा कोई
can
आएगा ही
be
नहीं
actually called as Udar. If nobody approaches me, how can I say
जो
that I
भी
am
ऐसे लोग हैं
compassionate or I am charitable?
तो इसलिए भगवान
Why?
कहते हैं कि मैं परम
That's
उदार
why
हूँ
Bhagavan says that I am the
और ये
most
मेरे पास आते
charitable.
हैं
These
तो
people, they
उसी के
come to
कारण मैं
me.
परम उदार हूँ
So because of them only
अगर
I
कोई
am
आए ही
considered
नहीं
as the most charitable.
तो
If
मेरी
nobody
दया कहाँ प्रकट होगी
asks charity from
कोई
me,
बहुत बड़ा
then how will
दानी
my charitable
तो
nature
उसका जो
uh,
गुण है वो तभी
manifest?
समझ आएगा ना जब कोई उसके साथ
If
आए
somebody is
कोई
a
खेलने के लिए आए
great sportsman,
और उसके
then his
गुण अच्छे
sportsmanship
हैं तब
will
तो पता
be
चलेगा ना कि ये
will manifest only when he will have a good
अगर कोई
opponent.
आता ही नहीं है
But if there is
तब
no opponent, then how will his
तो इसलिए
sportsmanship come
कहते
out?
हैं कि ये बहुत उदार हैं
That's
क्योंकि
why
वो
here
दया पाते हैं
Bhagavan says that
लेकिन
these
फिर
people
भी
are very
ज्ञानी जो
udar
है वो
because they come to
अच्छा है
me. Still, the Jnani
तो
is
दोबारा
the
फिर
best.
ज्ञानी की प्रशंसा
Again,
करते हैं
he
कहते हैं
praises the
ज्ञानी में आत्मा
Jnani
एवं में मत कि ज्ञानी मेरी आत्मा है
that the Jnani, he is my
जैसे
Atma.
हमारा शरीर जो है वो
So,
आत्मा के साथ
just like
काम करता
our
है
body functions because of the presence of Atma, if the Atma goes away from the body, then our body
तो
will
उसी
not
प्रकार
function.
भगवान कहते हैं कि ज्ञानी मेरी आत्मा है
That similarly, Bhagavan says that the
तो
Jnani is my
भगवान जो है
Atma.
वो वास्तव में
So, Bhagavan
अपने
actually
भक्तों से बहुत प्रेम करते हैं और यही
loves
उनका
his
जीवन है
devotees very much, and this is his
और
life.
भक्तों के लिए सब कुछ करने के लिए तैयार
And
रहते
he
हैं
is always ready to do
इसलिए भागवत
everything
में
for
कहा कि
his
भगवान
devotees.
भक्त
That's why
भक्तिमान
in Bhagavatam it is said
भगवान जो
that
है वो
Bhagavan Bhakta
प्रिय भक्त
Bhaktiman,
हैं
he is the devotee
जैसा
of
हमने
his
भगवान
devotee.
कृष्ण की लीला में देखा कि
Just like we see in the
वो
pastimes
अपने
of
गरुड़
Bhagavan
पर
Sri
सवार
Krishna,
होकर
he is driving Arjuna's chariot.
और अनेक उनका दूत बन के गए उनकी रक्षा करते थे रात को पहरने
Sometimes
पे
he also went as their
तो
messenger,
इस
he
प्रकार
was
से अपने
working as
भक्तों
their
की सहायता
guard.
करते हैं
So, how he
इसलिए
helps
बचपन में
his
सहायता करने का मतलब
devotees.
ये नहीं एक तो ये कि वो
Helping
बहुत बड़ा
devotees means
राजा है
not
तो
like
अपने नौकरों
some
को भेज देता है
king who is helping somebody by sending
करते
his
हैं
servants that you go
लेकिन
and
वो
you
तो
solve
है
their problem. No, Bhagavan himself comes.
नहीं तो दूसरों को भी तो भेज सकते हैं
Otherwise,
वो
he
क्या
could have
आवश्यकता
sent
थी रास्ता
someone else
खोलने
also.
की
What was the need
वो
for
अपने
him
हिसाब से
to
कोई नहीं
drive
भेजता
his
चल पूजा पाठ
chariot?
करा चला
He
गया
could have sent his own
समय पे आया
charioteer
उसका ड्राइवर
to
छूट गया
drive Arjuna's chariot.
कि यार अपने ड्राइवर को भेज देना
If
क्या
your
हम
driver is on a leave,
कहते
your
हैं मेरा
friend
ड्राइवर नहीं
sends
है आप
you
मेरे ड्राइवर
his
को
own
भेज दो
driver. Can you tell your friend that I
ऐसी
have
बात
no
नहीं है
driver?
वो
Then you
नहीं
only become
करेगा
my driver. Then he will stop
मैंने भेज
talking to
दिया तो
you.
मेरे को ड्राइवर
That what
चाहिए
does he think of me? Does he think I am
लेकिन
his
अर्जुन को
driver?
भगवान ने
But
ये नहीं कहा
Arjun,
कि आप मेरा रथ चलाओ
Bhagavan told Bhagavan Sri Krishna
भगवान ने
that can you become my
एक बार भी
charioteer?
नहीं कहा कि मैं तुम्हारा रथ
And
क्यों आऊं
Bhagavan never told even once that why should I
नहीं
become
आपका
your
राजा 16,000 मेरी
Why should I become your chariot driver? I am the king of Dwarka. I have 16,000 queens.
अध्यापक थे उनके बच्चों को पढ़ाने के लिए, तो इतने बड़े व्यक्ति को आप कहोगे आप मेरा रथ हाँक दो। अर्जुन तो कहीं का राजा नहीं था।
Such a great person, you tell such a person to become your driver. Arjun had nothing. The Pandavas were roaming in the forest for 13 years. Before that also they were wandering only.
ऐसे व्यक्ति का हम सारथी बन
So
जाए
such
तो
a
वो किस
person,
बात
if
का?
we become
हमारे
his
लिए वो
chariot
भगवान
driver, then you
किस
think
स्तर तक अपने
that
भक्त को पहुंचाते
at
हैं।
what level
हम सोच नहीं
Bhagavan
सकते,
loves
हम
his
पढ़ लेते हैं
devotee.
लेकिन
We
विचार नहीं
cannot even
करते।
imagine. We
अगर हम
read, but
सोचें
we
कि
don't
मैं अगर इस
introspect on
स्तर
that.
पर होता तो क्या
If
मैं
we
ऐसा
think
नहीं
that
करता।
if I would have been in
हम तो
such a
कोई
position, then would
हमसे
I have
नीचे
agreed to
वाला
become a
कोई
driver like
ऐसा
this?
काम करने के लिए कह दे तो गुस्से हो जाएंगे हम तुरंत।
If a person who is in an
बलवान होते
inferior
हैं
position than me and asks us to do something,
लेकिन भगवान
then
हमसे
immediately we
सुंदरता
become
से
upset that
कार्य
who are
करते हैं
you to tell me to do
और
something.
कुशलता से कार्य किया।
But Bhagavan
उनके
did
मन
that.
में ऐसा कुछ म्लानता नहीं आई कि मैं ऐसा कैसे कर रहा हूँ, लोग क्या कहेंगे। लोगों को ये भी चिंता रहती है ना कि लोग क्या कहेंगे।
Then
नहीं, वो
people
बहुत
are
खुशी
also
से
worried about their
उसको
social
पूरा करते
status.
हैं
They think if I do
क्योंकि
such a
हम
lowly
तुम्हारी
job,
आत्मा एवं
then what will
मेरी आत्मा
people
है।
talk about me? No, Bhagavan was very happy to
ना
work
हम
for
तेभ्यो
his
मना
devotee.
कभी
He told that his
अनन्या
bhakta
तेन
is his
चापि
atma.
ना हम तेभ्यो मना कभी। मेरा भक्त मेरे अलावा किसी को नहीं जानता है और मैं भी
He
किसी को
says
नहीं
that my
जानता।
bhakta does not know
वो
anybody
केवल
other
सिर्फ
than
कहते
me.
नहीं है, वो करते भी
So
हैं।
he does not just speak like this, he
उनका स्वभाव
also
है ये,
works like this. This is
उनका
his nature.
स्वरूप ही इस प्रकार से है
This is his swarupa,
कि भक्त के लिए कुछ भी करने को तैयार
that
है।
he is ready to do anything for his
इसलिए वो
devotee.
कहते हैं कि ज्ञानी तो मेरी आत्मा
That's why
है।
here he says that the Jnani is his
इसका
Atma
मतलब बाकी तीन जो
itself.
हैं
This
वो
means that
आत्माएं
the
नहीं है।
other three, they are not his
तो
Atma.
हमको भी अगर भगवान से
So
आत्मीयता चाहिए
if we also
इस
want
प्रकार की
to
भक्ति
have
करनी है
Atmiyata,
और जो
such intimate relation with
हमारे
Bhagavan, we have to do
संप्रदाय
bhakti
में
like that. And in our
रागानुगा भक्ति का
sampradaya,
वर्णन किया
the
जाता है वो
Raganuga
इससे भी
bhakti that is explained, that is much beyond this Jnani also.
इससे भी परे की भक्ति है वो। इसलिए हमारे आचार्यगण
That's why our acharyas,
श्री
Sri
बलदेव
Vishwanath
विद्याभूषण
Chakravarti or Sri Baldev
टीका में
Vidyabhushan, when
वो
they
कहते हैं कि
comment on
ज्ञानी
this verse, they say that
सर्वोत्तम
this
भक्त है
Jnani
और
also
उसको उत्तम भक्त
becomes
का संग
Uttama
मिले,
Bhakta if he gets
उसको
association
भी
of the Uttama
सर्वश्रेष्ठ नहीं
Bhakta.
मानना है।
They don't consider this Jnani also as topmost.
तो विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती कहते हैं इस
So
बात को,
Vishwanath
कहते हैं कि
Chakravarti ji
निर्वाण
says,
प्रधानी भूत भक्तिमान ज्ञानी भक्त वत्सलेन भगवता स्वात्मत्वेन मन्यन्ते, कि अपनी आत्मा के स्वरूप में भगवान ऐसे ज्ञानी को मानते हैं।
Bhagavan
लेकिन वो
considers
कहते
this
हैं कि
Jnani as his Atma
जो
Swarupa.
केवल भक्तिमान
But
है,
then Vishwanath Chakravarti
जो
says that
उत्तमा
those who
भक्त
are
है,
only Bhaktiman,
उसको
they
तो
are
अपनी
the
आत्मा
Uttama
से भी ज्यादा
Bhakta,
मानते हैं।
for the Bhagavan considers them even more than
ये
his Atma
भगवान ने
also.
स्वयं कहा उद्धव
And
से,
this is what Bhagavan
उन्होंने कहा
himself
था
said about Uddhava. He
न
said,
तथा में प्रियतमे आत्मीयो न शंकर न च संकर्षणो न पी न श्रीमैव यथा भवान। भगवान कहते हैं उद्धव को
Bhagavan
कि
tells Uddhava
मेरे को अपनी
that
आत्मा से, अपने
you
शरीर से भी ज्यादा प्रिय हो।
are
आप
more
ज्ञानी
dear
तो
to
मुझे
me
होते हो, आत्मा
than
तो मुझे
my
हो है,
body
शरीर से
also.
भी ज्यादा प्रिय मेरे को।
Here he says, you are
ये
more dear than
श्री
the
उद्धव
Atma
की भक्ति
also.
है और
So
यही
this
उद्धव
is
जो है
even
गोपियों की प्रार्थना
so
करता है।
great. And this
उद्धव
Uddhava,
को भी
he
भगवान ने
praises
प्यार
the
करने
gopis. Then
लगे,
imagine what will be
इसलिए कहते
Bhagavan's
हैं
bhava
पारिजातम
towards
निगमन
the
निषेव्यम
gopis. For gopis, Bhagavan says that
साधु कृत्य विविधा विषाद। उसके उनके सामने तो भगवान अपने हाथ खड़े कर देते हैं कि
he
आपके
just
हृदय में ऐसी
surrenders
भक्ति
in front of the devotion of
उसको तो हम समझ
gopis.
ही नहीं
He
सकते।
says that I can't even understand your devotion.
उसका कुछ मैं बदले में करूं ये तो तभी संभव है जब मेरे को समझ में आए कि आप जो
I can
आपकी जो भक्ति
reciprocate
है
for your
वो
bhakti
विशेष
only if
है।
only at least if I understand. But your bhakti
इसलिए
is even beyond
भगवान
my
ने जो
understanding. That's why this bhakti
जिसकी
has so much
व्याख्या भगवान यहाँ पर कर रहे हैं, तो कहते हैं कि
power
भक्त जो
that
है
Bhagavan is explaining here.
ये
So here he says,
मामेव अनुत्तमाम गतिम, ये मेरे को ही अपनी अनुत्तम गति मानता है, यानी कि मेरे से श्रेष्ठ और कुछ है नहीं। जो
he considers,
सर्वोत्तम
he says that this
सर्वश्रेष्ठ गति
Jnani
है वो
does not
मुझ ही
considers
मेरे सिवा और कुछ
anything to
नहीं है।
be better than me.
वही मानता है। तो बाकी जो भक्त हैं वो ऐसा नहीं मानते, क्योंकि
The other bhaktas, they do not consider like this. Because if you go to Bhagavan
भक्ति को छोड़कर, तो इसका मतलब
and
आप
ask
ऐसा
something
मान
other
रहे हैं
than
कि
bhakti,
जो
that
आप
means
मांग रहे
what
हैं
you are asking, you are considering it to be superior than bhakti. Otherwise, why are you asking Bhagavan for
कर
that?
सकते हैं।
If you can attain
इस
Bhagavan
प्रार्थना,
only,
जो भी प्रार्थना, जो भी भक्ति आप कर रहे हैं, उसका
whatever
भगवान
bhakti
वही
you are
प्राप्त कर
doing,
सकते हैं,
with that you can
और
attain
इससे कुछ
Bhagavan
और भी
himself,
प्राप्त कर सकते हैं।
and you can attain something
बस
else
आप कुछ
also.
और
So
वस्तु
if you
उनसे
are
मांग रहे हैं,
asking
तो
for
उसमें
something
तो
else
आप
other than
कम
bhakti,
ज़्यादा नहीं
that
कर
means
पाएंगे।
you, for you give it more importance than Bhagavan
तो
himself.
इसलिए कहते हैं कि ये जो
That's
भक्त है,
why
ये
here
मेरे
it
को
is
ही अपनी
said
उत्तम
that
अनुत्तम गति मानता है, सर्वश्रेष्ठ गति मानता है।
this Jnani
गति का
considers
दो ही
Bhagavan
अर्थ होते हैं,
to be
गति
the ultimate
गति गमन
destination.
और गति प्राप्ति। तो मेरे को ही सर्वश्रेष्ठ वस्तु मानता है जो प्राप्त
So the
करनी चाहिए,
Jnani considers me to be the best
और
desirable, best
सर्वश्रेष्ठ नहीं मानता।
vastu that he can
जैसे
attain.
अर्जुन
He does not consider
और
anything
दुर्योधन दोनों
superior
भगवान
than
के पास
me.
गए,
Like Arjun and Duryodhan, when both approached Bhagavan before the war
तो
was
भगवान
about
ने
to
पूछा
begin,
उनसे कि
Bhagavan had
क्या
asked
चाहिए,
both of them, what do you
उन्होंने कहा
want?
कि आप हमारी सहायता कीजिए। तो भगवान ने
Arjun
कहा कि
just
मैं
asked for Bhagavan.
ये दो विकल्प देता हूँ, एक तरफ मेरी सेना और
Bhagavan
दूसरी
gave two
तरफ
options, that on one side there will
अर्जुन
be
को
my army and the
मौका
other
देता
side
हूँ,
I will be there. And he
निर्णय करने
asked
का
Arjun,
मौका देता
I
हूँ,
am
अर्जुन
giving
को
you
आप
the
विकल्प
chance to
चुनिए।
select first.
तो
Arjun
भगवान
said
ने
that
कहा
I
ठीक है,
just
अब
want
मैं क्या
you.
करूँगा, मैं तो
Bhagavan asked,
लड़ने वाला नहीं हूँ,
what will
यदि
how
कहूँगा
will
कि
I be
मैं
able to
आऊँगा
help you? I
युद्ध
will
में,
not even fight.
तो मैं वहाँ आऊँगा तो खाली रोटी खाऊंगा मैं,
If I will be there, I will just eat roti.
मैं ये एक और इंतजाम करना पड़ेगा मेरे भोजन
For
का भी।
me, you will have to arrange
ऐसा
some
नहीं
food
करना है।
also.
तो कहता नहीं, मेरे
What
को
is the
आर्मी चाहिए,
benefit? Better you take
आपकी
my
सेना नहीं
army.
चाहिए।
Arjun said, no, I want you, not your army.
तो इसलिए, क्योंकि वो
That's
समझता
why,
है कि मेरे लिए तो
because
आप ही
Arjun
हैं,
understands that you are
अगर आप
everything
हैं
for
तभी
me.
कुछ है, और आप
If
नहीं
you
हैं तो
are
कुछ
there,
नहीं है।
everything is there. If you are not there, nothing is
भगवान को
there.
छोड़ के हमको पूरी दुनिया भी मिल जाए
Other than Bhagavan,
तो
if
ये
we
नहीं
get
कर
the whole
सकते।
world also, what is its use?
तो इसलिए वो कहते हैं कि आत्मा एव मे मतम,
That's why Bhagavan
मेव
says
अनुस्तमाम गति। तो माम एव, मेरे को ही उत्तम गति मानता है, और
that
इसलिए वो
my devotee considers me, the wise person
शायद उस
considers
कारण
me
से
to be the topmost
युक्त
gati.
शब्द का प्रयोग किया उन्होंने, जैसा पिछले श्लोक
So
में
he
था
again used the word
कि
yukta,
मेरे से ही
like he
युक्त
had
है।
used earlier. He says that he
तो जब
remains
तक हम
united with
भगवान से
me.
युक्त नहीं होंगे तब
So
तक हम
unless we are
संसार में
united
घूमते
with
रहेंगे और दुखी
Bhagavan,
रहेंगे।
we will keep wandering in this
ये
world
सीधा
and
अर्थ
keep
है, ना
suffering.
तो
This is
बुद्धि
the
युक्त से
straight,
नास्ति,
simple meaning.
न चा युक्त से भावना, न चा भावयत शांति, न अशांत से कुतः सुखम। हम सब सुख चाहते हैं,
We all want happiness,
प्रसन्नता चाहते हैं,
we
शांति
want
चाहते हैं,
pleasure, we want peace.
लेकिन उसका जो सीधा सरल उपाय है
But
उसको नहीं
the
चाहते।
simple way to attain this, we do not want
ये
that.
हमारी अज्ञानता है।
This is our
हम
ignorance.
सुख कहीं और ढूंढ रहे हैं
We
जहाँ
are
सुख नहीं
searching
है,
for peace, happiness somewhere else where it
जहाँ
actually does
है
not lie. And where
वो
it
नहीं चाहते।
lies, we don't want that.
तो भगवान कहते हैं कि जो अयुक्त
So
है
Bhagavan says
वो
that one who is ayukta, not yukta, he can
और
never
ये
become happy.
हमारे सामने बहुत उदाहरण है इसके,
And there are so many examples of this in front of
जो लोग
us.
भगवान से युक्त नहीं हैं, जो भगवान
Those
से
who are
जुड़े
not
नहीं हैं,
united with
वो भी
Bhagavan, those who are not devotees of
असंग हैं,
Bhagavan, they
उनको
cannot
भी
become
सुखी
happy.
देखते हैं।
You may say that
लोग
no, I
देख
see
रहे
so
हैं कि
many
किसी
people
से
as
बात
happy.
करके
You
पता
may
चल रहा
see,
है कि
but
वो कितने सुखी हैं, कितने
you
बड़े
should
बड़े
talk to them and actually find out how many of them are happy.
धनी व्यक्ति
So
हैं,
many rich people,
कारागार में बैठे हुए हैं,
they are now in the
विदेश में
prison.
दूसरे देश में बैठे
They
हुए हैं,
have fled from the country
तो
and
क्या वो
they are
सुखी हैं?
hiding in some other country. So are they
अपने देश में
happy?
भी नहीं रह सकते।
They can't even live in their own country.
तो ये हमको समझना चाहिए इस बात को
So we should understand this point.
कि जब तक हमारा संबंध भगवान से नहीं होगा,
Unless our relation is
आनंद
established
कंद
with Bhagavan,
जो
Bhagavan
आनंद
who is Ananda Kanda, who is the
तब तक
source of
हमको आनंद
Ananda,
नहीं मिल सकता।
till
हमको
then we
आनंद का
cannot get
भ्रम
Ananda.
हो जाए, भ्रम
We
भी हो
may
जाता है
we may have an illusion of
कि व्यक्ति
Ananda.
बहुत ज्यादा पी
Some
लेता
people
है,
they fall into illusion,
नशा
like
कर लेता है, तो
when
उसको भ्रम हो जाता है कि
a
इसमें मैं हूँ, मैं
person
हूँ, मैं हूँ।
drinks
तो
too
उसको जब
much,
वो नशा
he
उतरता है तो
has
वही जो
this
है वो, और जब उसको मौका लगता है तो
intoxication.
वही था।
the person was same
नहीं हो गया था,
before getting intoxicated and after getting intoxicated, but now in state of intoxication he is thinking something else. The person does not change with intoxication, it is his thinking that
कुछ समय के
changes
लिए,
with intoxication for
लेकिन
temporary
अंदर तो वो वैसा ही रहता है.
time,
अगर
but
आप
inside he is the
रोप
same
को
only.
सांप समझ लें,
If you consider a
तो
snake to
सांप
be
थोड़ी
rope,
बन जाता है.
snake does not be sorry, if
रस्सी
you
देखने
consider
से
rope
रस्सी
to be
कैसी है,
snake, the rope does not
उसको
become
आप हाथ
snake,
से
rope
पकड़ने की
remains
कोशिश
rope
करें तो
only.
रस्सी दिख रहा है,
What you are assuming to
तो
be
सांप है कि
snake,
रस्सी है.
the other person is seeing it as
इसलिए
rope only. It is rope
लेकिन
only, it is
व्यक्ति
not
उसको
snake.
सांप समझे हुए बैठा
But
है.
one person is
तो इसी
assuming it
प्रकार
to be snake.
लोग जो हैं
Similarly,
यहाँ
people
भ्रम में रहते हैं.
here they live in illusion.
तो संस्कृत में एक श्लोक है,
In Sanskrit, there is a
वो कहता
verse,
है कि
it
ये
says,
संसार है, ये क्या
this
असार है कि
world,
असंसार है, कि इस असार संसार में
that this
सुख रहा है,
world which is devoid of any
लोगों
sar,
को सुख की भावना है.
here there is, here people have illusion of
उसका एक
sukha,
उदाहरण देते हैं, लाला
and
बाल
it gives
पारस
an
में, उसमें
example
जैसे बच्चा अपना अंगूठा चूसता है
like a
तो
child who sucks his
तो
thumb
उस अंगूठे से कुछ
sometimes.
निकलता थोड़ी है.
Does anything come out of the
ये
thumb?
तो सब जानते हैं,
Everyone
उसमें से
knows
कुछ नहीं निकलता,
nothing comes out
लेकिन
of the
उसमें भी
thumb.
उसको कुछ रस आता
But
है,
still, the child feels
तभी तो वो
some
खाता है,
rasa or
उससे तो
pleasure.
शांति मिलती है.
That's why he sucks it.
लेकिन जो
He
बड़े हैं
feels
वो
some
देख रहे हैं कि
peace.
फालतू में ही मेहनत कर
But
रहा है,
the elderly people,
तो
they see that he is
लेकिन
unnecessarily
वो
wasting
भ्रम में
his
है.
time. But the
जैसे
child is in
बच्चा भ्रम
illusion.
में रहता है
Just like child is in
कि
illusion
उसको
while sucking
शांति
his
मिलती
thumb,
मिलती है, ऐसे ही
thinking
लोग
he
भी
will get
हैं.
some peace. That's how the adults, they also live
इसलिए
in illusion.
पतंजलि योग सूत्र कहता है कि
That's why Patanjali
बुद्धिमान
Yoga
पुरुष वो
Sutra
है
says
कि जो विवेकी पुरुष हैं,
that the
जो
Viveki
समझ
person, the
समझते
wise
हैं
person,
कि
who is
वास्तविकता
of
क्या है,
discriminating nature, who
सत्य क्या है,
understands the
भ्रम
truth,
क्या है,
the
रस्सी
reality,
क्या है,
what is
सर्प
truth,
क्या है,
what is
ये जो
illusion,
समझते
what
हैं
is
वो
rope, what is
लोग
snake.
दुखी ही हैं.
They see all people as suffering
जो अपने
only.
आप को सुखी समझ रहे हैं वो
Those
दुखी
who
हैं,
assume themselves to be
क्योंकि
happy, they are also actually suffering only. Their happiness is
अगर
another
आप अपने
form of
कंधे पे
suffering.
कुछ वजन लेके चल
Just
रहे
like
हैं,
if
आपको
you
कुछ
are
वजन लेके
carrying some
चलने की
load
आदत
on
है
your
या कंधे पे,
shoulder
वो
and
दुखी
holding
होते हैं.
something in your hand, after
फिर
some
उसको
time your
लगता
shoulder
है
starts
कि
paining,
कुछ
then you
बड़ा
keep
है,
it down and you think that I
तो
feel
आनंद
so
तो ले
happy
रहा
now.
है, तो दुख
You
आपको
do not
साथ में
get
साथ
any
मिल रहा है.
happiness, it's just
जो कष्ट
that
आपको हो रहा
your
था वो
pain
दुख है.
went away.
और
The
जो कष्ट नहीं हो रहा है तो उस कष्ट
pain
को
you
आप
were
स्वाभाविकता
enduring
समझ रहे हैं.
due to lifting this
तो ऐसे ही हमारा
burden,
जो मन है,
now you
मन
don't
कुछ
have
काम
that pain
करता
and
है,
you are assuming it to be
कुछ
pleasure.
गलत इच्छाएं
Similarly, our
हमारे
mind
अंदर
also
आती
troubles
हैं,
us. We
खिंचाती
have
हैं,
desires, we
लेकिन
have
कभी कभी वो थोड़ी
thoughts.
शांत हो जाती हैं,
Sometimes they
तो
become
उससे हमको
pacified
लगता है कि बड़ा आनंद है.
and we feel that
तो
we
यही
got lot of
अनुभव हो सकता है.
happiness. So this is the
लेकिन ये
happiness
जो
of this
विवेकी
world.
व्यक्ति है वही समझ सकता है, जिसके अंदर विवेक
But
नहीं है
this
तो उसके
can be
अंदर आनंद
understood
नहीं है.
only by the person who is Viveki. The one who is not Viveki, he thinks he is in
इसलिए वो
Anand.
कहते हैं कि वो मेरे से
That's why Bhagavan
मेरे को
says
उत्तम
that
गति मानता है, और इसलिए
he
हम
considers me to be
परमात्मा,
the
इसलिए वो
Uttama
सहजता
Gati.
से
That's
मेरे
why
में स्थित है.
with
इसलिए
he is
किसी भगवान में
situated in me with firm
किसी के भगवान में
determination.
रहने का क्या अर्थ होता
So
है.
what does it mean to
तो
be
आप बैठाए
situated
हैं,
in
आप कुर्सी पर
Bhagavan?
बैठे हैं तो कुर्सी पर स्थित हैं, आप भगवान
You
में
are
स्थित हैं.
you are sitting on a
तो
chair, so you are situated
हमको
on the
मालूम होता
chair.
है कि जहाँ हमारा
So
मन
when
है
we say we are where we are
वास्तव में
situated,
वो
it
वहाँ
means
होता
where
है
is our mind
जहाँ
situated.
हमारा मन होता है,
Actually, we are present wherever our mind
क्योंकि उसका
is.
मन भगवान में
So
लगा
because
हुआ है.
such a person, his mind is situated in Bhagavan,
और जिनका मन
that's why
संसार
he
में
is
लगा
in
हुआ है वो
Bhagavan.
संसार में
And
स्थित
one
है.
whose mind is
तो
in
हम
this
संसार में
world,
रहते
he
हुए
is
भी भगवान
situated
में
in
रहते
this
हैं.
world. So we can
और
be
कुछ लोग जो
situated
हैं
in
वो
Bhagavan while remaining in this world
वृंदावन
also.
में रहें या
And
कहीं
some
भी रहें,
people, they may be in Vrindavan or in
वो
the
आनंद में
temple,
है क्योंकि उनका मन
but they
संसार
are
में लगा
actually
हुआ है.
not in the dham because
मंदिर का
their
पुजारी
mind
है
is
तो
immersed in all
पैसों के लिए
worldly
जाता है
stuff.
ठाकुर जी के.
People go to the
वो
temple
लोग
to
ठाकुर जी को
worship
देख रहे हैं,
Bhagavan.
पुजारी लोगों को
They
देख
are
रहे हैं.
seeing Bhagavan, but the
कई
pujari, he
लोग
is
ऐसे
seeing
हैं
these people. That also
जिनकी
happens.
दृष्टि रहती है कि
The pujari, his
कौन
vision,
कितना लोग कितना
he
डोनेट
has
कर
this
रहे हैं.
vision how many people are giving how
तो
much
ठाकुर जी के
donation.
साथ में खड़ा होकर भी संसार में,
So even though he is in front of
क्योंकि
Bhagavan,
उसका मन वहाँ
he
नहीं
is
है.
actually in this world, not
ऐसा नहीं है
in
कि सभी
Bhagavan,
पुजारी ऐसे हैं,
because his
सब
mind
मिलके
is here.
बड़े
It's not that
भगवान
all
हैं.
pujaris are like this, but I'm
कभी
just
भी
giving an
देखते हैं कि
example
किसने कितना
because sometimes
ले
this
रहा है,
also happens.
नहीं भी दे रहा है तो क्या दे सकता है. तो
Even if people are not giving,
व्यक्ति
then he
चिंता
thinks
करता है
that what can I do so that they give donation? So then he
तो उसकी
devises
दृष्टि
some
कहाँ
means.
पर है.
do this puja, do that puja, then they will give donation.
तो जैसे चील जो है वो बहुत ऊंचे उड़ती है आकाश में, लेकिन उसकी दृष्टि कहाँ रहती है?
The eagle flies so high in the sky, but where is its vision? His vision is focused on some dead
तो ऐसे ही हम भगवान
body
के साथ
on
में
the
रहते
ground.
हुए हमारी दृष्टि कहाँ है?
Similarly, where
जाती है कि हम कहाँ हैं?
we may be with Bhagwan, but the
इसलिए
point
आत्मिकता
is
से
where is our mind focused?
तो मेरे अंदर स्थित है।
So here
क्योंकि उसका
Astita
मन
Yukta
मेरे
Atma
में
means
जुड़ा
he is
हुआ है
situated in me
और
because
इसी
his
को
mind is
एकात्मता
engaged in me, and this is what Bhagavan calls as Ekatmata.
तो इससे ये मत समझ लीजिए कि
So
ये
from this we should not
द्वैतवाद है।
think that this is Advaitavad.
देखने में तो ऐसा ही लग रहा है
It appears
और
as
जिस
Advaitavad only,
दृष्टि से इस श्लोक
and
को पढ़ेंगे
those
उनको
who
यही लगेगा कि
and the
नहीं, भगवान भी यहाँ
Advaitavadis interpret it like
मेरी
this,
आत्मा ही है वो।
that this Bhagavan is talking
तो
about
ये
Advaitavad
अद्वैतवाद
only,
है,
that he is my
दो
Atma.
प्रकार का द्वैतवाद है।
So
एक
there
ब्रह्म
are two types
द्वैतवाद
of
है,
Advaitavad. One
एक
is the
प्रेम
Brahma
द्वैतवाद है।
Advaitavad and one is the Prema
तो
Advaitavad.
ब्रह्म द्वैतवाद
The
में
Brahma
जो ज्ञान
Advaitavad,
मार्ग के लोग
in
हैं,
that
ब्रह्म को
the
प्राप्त
Jnana
करना चाहते
Margis,
हैं
they want to
जिज्ञासु
attain
हैं,
Brahman by
वो अपने
meditating
आप
on
को
Aham
ब्रह्म ही मानते
Brahmasmi.
हैं।
They consider themselves to be
तो वो
Brahma
अभेद
only.
में है,
So there they are
वो अपना
situated in Abhed.
अपना व्यक्तित्व और ब्रह्म
They
में भेद नहीं करते
do
हैं,
not
वो अलग
consider
मानते
any
हैं।
difference between themselves and the Brahma.
लेकिन यहाँ जो
They consider
एकता
themselves to be Brahma only. But here
कहते हैं,
in
ये
Prem
वस्तु की
Advaitavad,
एकता।
this is
दो प्रकार
different.
की एकता होती है,
So there are two types
एक
of oneness.
वस्तु
One is the oneness of the object
एकता, दो
itself.
वस्तु एक हो जाएं,
Two
ये
objects
दो
become
चीजें
one.
एक हो नहीं
Actually,
सकती।
two things can never become one.
अगर दो का भ्रम हो
If you
तो
have
वही एक होगा।
illusion of two, then only that can
जैसे
be one.
मृत्यु में आपको सर्प दिख
Like
रहा
in
है
rope, if you are seeing snake,
तो वो एक भ्रम है।
so that is an illusion.
तो अगर भ्रम हट जाएगा तो
So
सर्प
if that
और रोप
illusion
वही
goes
रहेगा।
away, then the snake and the rope
तो
will be
वास्तव
one
में दो
only.
थी ही नहीं
So
है,
actually, they were
दो
not two
चीजें
to
हो ही
begin
नहीं
with.
सकती है।
So
अगर
two things can
रस्सी के
actually
अंदर
not
सर्प नहीं
become
बैठा
one.
वास्तव में, वरना
If
रस्सी है
the
पर रस्सी के अंदर सर्प बैठा हुआ है,
if there was a snake on
बैठा
the
हुआ है,
rope,
बैठा नहीं, लेटा हुआ है, बैठने से तो अलग दिखेगा वो।
if the
तो
snake is lying on the
हाँ,
rope,
वो सर्प कभी
there
रस्सी नहीं बन सकता ना,
the
कभी
rope actually
सर्प
does not become
इन
snake and
दोनों को
snake
एक
never
नहीं मान
becomes
सकते।
rope, because two objects can
तो
never
इसलिए
become one.
अद्वैतवाद वाले
That's
लोग
why
जो हैं
Advaitavadis
वास्तव
tell
में
this
ब्रह्म
only,
ही
that
है,
actually I am Brahma only, but due to illusion I am
जीव
considering
उसमें है।
myself to be the Jiva.
और जब ये भ्रम टूट जाएगा
And when
तो
this
ब्रह्म ही
illusion
है।
will break, then
तो
I will
ऐसा नहीं
realize
समझ
that I am
सकते हैं
actually
कि जो
Brahma
भक्ति
only.
मार्गी हैं वो ऐसा नहीं
But
मानते हैं, वो
the
कहते हैं कि
devotee that does not
हम
think
तो
like
जीव
this,
हैं, भगवान
he
जो
thinks that
कहा
I am
भगवद
Jiva,
गीता में कि
as
महान
Bhagavan
ईश्वर
says later,
जीव भूत सनातन है और भगवान हमारे अंश ही हैं, तो हम भगवान नहीं बन सकते हैं।
that I am the Angsha and Bhagavan is the Angshi, the part
लेकिन
and the
हमारा
whole.
ऐक्य जो है वो प्रेम में
And I
होना
will
चाहिए।
always remain Jiva, but my
जैसे
oneness with
संसार में
Bhagavan
हम
is in
कहते हैं
love.
जब दो व्यक्तियों का प्रेम होता है
Like in
तो
this world also we say that
एक देह दो शरीर,
people, when two people are in love with each other, they say two
क्योंकि
bodies, one
एकता जो
heart.
है वो इसी प्रकार से संभव है,
Because
दो
real
चीजें एक
oneness
हो
is
नहीं सकती,
possible in heart only. Two
हृदय में
bodies
होना
can never
चाहिए।
become one. How is that possible?
तो ये एक व्यवहारिक प्रायोगिक चीज
So
है जो
this is
संभव है।
something practical which is
दूसरी
possible.
वाली तो संभव नहीं
The
है,
other one is
उसका
not even
व्यवहार है
possible.
वो अलग है,
If your
किसी से मिलकर नहीं हो
existence is
सकता।
different, you
तो
cannot
हम
become one with
हमारे
anything.
संसार में जो
But
एकता है या
in this
समाज में जो
world,
एकता है वो
the oneness that we
प्रीति
have,
के कारण हो
the
सकती
in
है।
the family, the oneness
तो
that we
यह
have,
अद्वैत ही
that is
संभव
only
है,
possible in
और
Preeti.
इसलिए
So
जहाँ
only the Prem
प्रीति का
Advaita is
संदेश है
possible. That's why wherever
वहाँ
there is
वास्तव
talk of
में प्रेम का
Advaita,
ही
there
संदेश दिया जाता है।
actually the message is of Prema only.
उपनिषद का एक बहुत प्रसिद्ध
That's
वाक्य
why
है, तत्वम
the
असि,
famous
सुनना चाहूंगा
statement of
कि आप
Upanishads,
वही हो,
Tattvam Asi,
तत्वम
that
असि।
you are that.
तो श्री जीव गोस्वामी जी ने
So
जो
Sri Jiva Goswami ji has explained this in
कि
a very
आप वही
interesting
हो,
way.
ये
He
प्रेम
says,
में
you are that means it is told
जब
in
जीव
Prema.
भगवान से
When
प्रेम
the
हो जाता
Jiva
है
has Prema for
तब दोनों
Bhagavan,
का
then
ऐक्य होता है, प्रेम
both
होता
have
है।
oneness out of love.
स्वरूपता ऐक्य नहीं है,
The oneness is
स्वरूपता
not in
ऐक्य
Swarupa.
संभव ही नहीं है।
Swarupa, the oneness in Swarupa
इसी
is
का
not
अर्थ जो
possible
है
only. So
यहाँ
that
किया गया है,
oneness is being
और
described here.
वास्तव में यही उदारता की सीमा है।
Actually, this is the
जो
limit
पहले
of
तीन लोगों का जो
Udarata, the
उदाहरण है,
ultimate limit of udarata. Bhagavan said that earlier ones are also udara. They also do bhakti, but this is the summit of being udara, that I am not even different from you. I am for you only. My existence is for you only. I have no independent existence. But here in this world, this does not happen. In this world, if you love someone, no matter how much you love, still that you will not be able to establish that sort of oneness in prema which is possible with Bhagavan, because the other person is also limited only. You are also limited. The other person also considers himself to be the body. You also consider yourself to be the body. When you will sleep and the other person will sleep, you are different, he is different. Even if both of you are lying on the same bed, but Bhagavan is with you in your sleep also. That is Nitya Yukta.
मैं तो सबके हृदय में ही बैठा हूँ. आपका जो दूसरा
I am situated in everyone's heart. Your lover cannot enter your heart. Yeah, in their thoughts they can, but those thoughts are gone away during sleep. When you are when you are dreaming or you are in deep sleep, that time you don't have control over yourself. But the bhakta, he does not forget Bhagavan even in sleep, and Bhagavan also does not forget him even in the state of sushupti. So this type of oneness is possible only in bhakti. That's why the conversation of Yagyavalkya and Maitreyi in Upanishad, there he says,
सर्वम प्रियम भवति मैत्रेयी. वो कहते हैं कि
he says that he has given a long list that the wife does not love husband because his husband. Everyone loves actually for the Atma only. So actually our Preeti is for Atma only, and the Atma of Atma, that is Paramatma or Bhagavan. That's why he is the most dear.
आत्मा भगवान सबकी आत्मा है.
Bhagavan is everyone's Atma. That's why he is the Sarvasreshta Sarvottama Gati, the topmost, the best destination, the best thing to be attained. So here he is saying the bhakta is situated in him only, and this is his opinion. Others, they accept it or no. Bhagavan is telling my opinion is this only. Otherwise, what was the need for telling my opinion? So Bhagavan is saying this is my opinion, meaning you may read so many other things in Shastra, in Gyan Marga, Yoga Shastra, Karma Marga. You may read many things, but Bhagavan says this is my opinion. That's why this is his best opinion. So in Gita, there are so many interpretations of Gita, Karma, Jnana, Yoga. But what is Bhagavan's opinion? He is telling himself only. And he also behaves with the devotee accordingly only. That without my devotee, I don't even love myself. That's why Bhagavan is always with the devotee. He is never alone. So we will stop here for today. If you have any question, you can ask.
हरे कृष्णा बाबा जी, थैंक यू फॉर द वंडरफुल क्लास. तो बाबा जी, जैसे आपने कहा कि भगवान ये कह रहे हैं कि मेरा तो ये
So
मत
question, as you said, Bhagavan is saying this is my opinion. So does Bhagavan legitimize the other opinions also, or does he mean that out of all the legitimate opinions, this one is mine?
कहीं ना कहीं लेजिटिमाइज कर रहे हैं.
हाँ, उसको दो दृष्टि से देख सकते हैं कि
You can analyze from two points of view. There are other opinions also, and Bhagavan says this is other's opinion and this is my opinion. That means there are other opinions also. And the other point is that the other opinions, this is the essence of all the other opinions. You can analyze, think like that also. Because in Gita, Bhagavan says that I am
वेदों से मेरे को ही जाना है,
ultimately to be known through the Vedas, and there is only one way to know me,
ये भी उन्होंने
that is bhakti. He told this also in Gita.
तो अगर सब वेदों का सार मैं ही हूँ,
So if I am the essence of all Vedas and I am to be known through bhakti only, then the essence of Vedas is also bhakti only. So this is also what me matam means.
जय श्री राधे महाराज जी, आपने बताया कि सरल हृदय के बारे में बात की है ना, तो
So you spoke about simplicity of heart. What are the symptoms of a simple heart? How to become simple-hearted?
ये भी समझा जाता है कि कोई आपसे
Because
कठोर हृदय से
nowadays,
हो जाए,
a simple-hearted
तो हमारे
person
सरल हृदय
is
से
considered inferior or lowly.
सरल
Here,
हृदय का क्या अर्थ होता है? सरल हृदय का मतलब
first
होता
of all, simple-hearted means
है जैसा आप सोचते हैं
what you think, what you speak,
और जैसा बोलते
and
हैं वैसा करते हैं,
what you think you speak, and what you speak you do.
ठीक है ना? मनसी अन्यत वचसी अन्यत कर्मणि अन्यत दुरात्मना,
If what you think, what you speak, what you do are different, then you are a Duratma. If all three are same, then you are a Mahatma. Mahatma means one who speaks what he thinks and who does what he speaks.
उसको बोलते हैं कि
And
सोचता एक प्रकार से,
the cheater or hypocrite is one who thinks one way, speaks another way, and does another way.
तो ये तो सरल हृदय आर्जवता इसको बोलते हैं.
So this is simple heart, being simple-hearted. The word Arjuna is made from Riju Dhatu.
ऋजु धातु से ही आर्जव शब्द बनता
From
है.
Riju Dhatu you get Arjava also. It means simple.
तो अर्जुन वो सरल हृदय है.
Arjun is the simple-hearted person. That's why Bhagavan is driving his chariot.
शब्द का एक अर्थ उदार भी होता है.
Saral word also means udar.
दूसरा हमें ये समझना है कि हम
Another point we have to understand is that we live in this world and the other person is not simple-hearted.
नहीं होना चाहिए.
If I become simple-hearted and the other is crooked and he takes advantage of me, that also should not happen.
माया बिना माई बेश, कि जो लोग दूसरे मायावी हैं,
Those people
और उनके साथ में आप सरलता से व्यवहार करो तो आप मूर्ख हो, क्योंकि आपको भगवान ने बुद्धि दी है.
who are crooked and you behave in a very simple way with them, then it is foolishness. We should not cheat others. Cheating others is sin.
तो अगर कोई दूसरा मेरे को धोखा दे रहा है,
So if somebody is cheating me and I am allowing that person to cheat myself, then I also become a party to that. That's why I should not get cheated.
तो भगवान ने ये भी सिखाया महाभारत में.
So Bhagavan taught this also in Mahabharata.
को मरवाया, द्रोण को मरवाया, भीष्म को, तो धोखे से क्यों मरवाया उनको? क्या अर्जुन के अंदर योग्यता नहीं थी?
Why did Bhagavan use politics to kill Drona, Karna, etc.? Why?
तो एक सूरवीर के लिए जो धर्म युद्ध कर रहा है, इसलिए इसको धर्म युद्ध कहते हैं, क्योंकि धर्म युद्ध में कुछ नियम होते हैं.
In Dharma Yuddha, there are rules which you have to follow.
आजकल जो युद्ध होते हैं वो धर्म युद्ध नहीं.
Nowadays, the yuddhas that we have, they are not Dharma Yuddha, they are Adharma Yuddha. Because you have to fight in the nowadays people fight in the night, in hiding, etc. But earlier it was not like this. They went to Kurukshetra to fight the war. They were not fighting where civilians live, so that civilians do not get harmed. They never hurt any civilian.
उसमें ये भी होता है कि जो दूसरा
So
योद्धा है, अगर उसके हाथ में हथियार नहीं है, वो रथ पर नहीं है, निहत्था है, तो उस पर वार ना करें. लेकिन कर्ण को भगवान ने मारने के लिए कहा. क्यों कहा? और उस समय कर्ण ने बोला भी अर्जुन को कि तुम क्या कर रहे हो, मैं इस समय युद्ध नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मेरे ऊपर तुम बाण चला रहे हो। तो तब भगवान कृष्ण ने कहा कि तुम इतने धार्मिक
When
व्यक्ति
Karna
बनकर
had complained that
धर्म का
why
उपदेश
are you
देते हो,
shooting me when I am not having my bow
तो
and
मुझे ये
arrow?
बताओ कि
So
जब द्रौपदी
Bhagavan
के साथ
told
युद्ध
him
हो रहा था
that
उस
you
समय
are
आपका
giving such a
धर्म
big
कहाँ रहता है?
lecture, but where was your
उस
dharma
समय
when
तो एक
Draupadi
सत्य
was
निषेध
being
था।
disrobed? That time you did not protest.
तो ऐसा प्राय करके होता है कि जो
So this is what
अधार्मिक
generally
लोग होते हैं वो
happens,
धार्मिक लोगों को
that
बहुत हीन
those
बनाते हैं,
who are
क्योंकि धार्मिक व्यक्ति अगर बुरा
not
भला काम करेगा
religious,
तो कहेगा अरे
they
तुम
try
कैसे
to
धर्म
fool
करके
the
ये सब काम
religious
कर रहे हो।
people. Because when the religious
खुद
people
करेगा,
do something wrong,
लेकिन आपको
they
उपदेश
say that,
देगा।
oh, being a sadhu, how can you do like this?
उन्होंने कहा कि
So the
आपको
person
उपदेश
himself
देने
is
का
a
कोई
cheat,
अधिकार नहीं
but
है।
he is giving lecture
उपदेश देने के
to
लिए
the sadhu.
आपको स्वयं धार्मिक होना चाहिए, तब आप धर्म का उपदेश दे सकते
So
हैं।
you should
नहीं तो
not
ये
give
तो वही
lecture
बात हो गई
unless
कि
you
आप
yourself are
उपदेश
a
तो दे रहे
sadhu.
हो लेकिन
You
आचरण
become
नहीं
a
कर रहे हो।
dharmic, then you give
और
upadesh.
धर्म जो है वो आचार प्रभवो धर्म है।
Dharma is primarily
धर्म का
rooted
मूल
in
ही आचरण है।
behavior, in character.
आचार नहीं
That
है
is
तो
the
धर्म
root of
नहीं है।
dharma. Without acharan, there is no
जो
dharma.
व्यक्ति धर्म का आचरण नहीं करता वो धर्म का
So the
उपदेश देने का
person
कोई
who does not
अधिकारी नहीं है।
behave according to dharma, he is not qualified
इसलिए
to
हमें
give
ये भी सावधानी
upadesh.
रखनी है कि अगर
So we
दूसरा
have to be
व्यक्ति
careful about this also.
अधार्मिक है, कपटी है,
That if
तो
the
हमें
other
उसे आगे
person
नहीं
is
बढ़ना है
not
धर्म का उपदेश
religious,
में।
if he is a cheater, he should
इसके
not
साथ में मैं सत्य का
fool
रोल
me
आपके घर में आता है,
by
तो सत्य
taking
का रोल
help
दूंगा कि
of
आपसे बताओ दूसरा व्यक्ति
cheating or
कहाँ है, ये
hypocrisy.
यहाँ रखा है, निकाल लें।
Not that some cheater he comes to me and asks me, where
जो
is your
सत्य
wealth?
की
And I
बात
tell him,
करते
okay,
हैं
here is my wealth, take it. No,
तो क्या
he will be
करेगा,
happy, he will take away all the
आपको
wealth. Should
शिक्षा
I
देगा
do this or should I tell lie there?
और वो कह भी सकता है कि आप भक्त हैं, झूठ
And
मत
he can
बोलिए,
say also that you are a devotee, you should not tell lie.
नहीं तो आपके भगवान नाराज हो जाएंगे आपसे। क्योंकि भगवान बोलते हैं सत्यम वद धर्मम चर।
Because then he may tell you that, oh, you should not tell
वो
lie.
कैसे कर सकता है आपका ऐसा?
Because Bhagavan says you should be truthful. He can
इसलिए
give you
हमें
lecture
बहुत
also
सतर्क
like
रहना
this.
चाहिए
So
इसमें।
we have to analyze the situation. Bhagavan teaches this also.
और महाराज जी दूसरा आपने देशों को लेके बोला था, मतलब कि भक्ति से समाज में शांति आती है, एकता आती है। तो कभी कभार कुछ नास्तिक लोग इस पे तर्क देते हैं कि
You said
मतलब
that bhakti brings peace in the society,
सुख
but
समृद्धि
the
और
atheists
शांति
sometimes
आती
they
है
say that
और बहुत सारे
those
लोग
countries which don't have religion, they are so happy.
नदियों का एग्जाम्पल देते कि गंगा मैया, मतलब जैसे इतना
Sometimes
पवित्र
they
जल है कि
give
वो नास्तिक लोग
example
कहते
that
हैं कि
see in the religious
वो
countries
यहाँ
that
भक्ति
the
कहाँ से
rivers
आने लगी
are
है,
so polluted.
जो हो
But
दूसरा
the
देश
point
है,
is the example of religious
भक्ति
country
करने
that they are
उसका
giving,
समझ गलत है। वो
but
सोचते
they
हैं कि
are
यहाँ
right,
पवित्र
but
जल
their
है तो हम
understanding is wrong. They are assuming that here there is so much bhakti, still the Ganga is polluted. But the fact is there is no bhakti, otherwise Ganga would not have been polluted.
पर वो
It is
पूरा
we only
करते
who
हैं,
are polluting the Ganga,
तो वो सुख
and the
शांति
other
से
in other
नहीं
countries they
जाते
are
हैं,
not polluting their
तो सुख
rivers.
शांति वहाँ भी नहीं है। ये तो कहने वाली
Actually, there
बात
is
नहीं
no
है,
happiness and peace there also. You are just
और
assuming
सब
like that.
बदल जाएगा।
You should actually go there and check. Then you will
मेंटल
understand how
हॉस्पिटल्स,
much
मेंटल हॉस्पिटल्स
happiness
हैं,
and
जेल
peace is
हैं,
there. You should go to their
घूमने की
prisons,
नगरियाँ
their
हैं।
mental
किसी
hospitals.
भी
You should
समाज
go
की
and check there.
स्थिति जो है ना,
In
वो आप
any
अपने आंखों
society,
से
if you want
नहीं
to
कर
check
सकते।
that, you don't understand it by seeing the
बड़े बड़े
highways.
हाईवे हैं,
That there are
रोड बनाए
nice
जा रहे हैं,
highways now,
पर
build nice
क्या करें,
buildings. No.
समाज का अध्ययन
If you
करें
have to
तो
analyze
उसमें
any
कारावास
society,
हैं,
then you should go to their
मेंटल
prisons,
हॉस्पिटल्स।
their
तो अपने मेंटल
hospitals,
हॉस्पिटल को देखें
especially their mental
तो आपको पता
hospitals.
चलेगा कि
Then
समाज
you will
कैसा है।
realize what is the state of their
तो
society.
वैसे वो ढक दिया जाता है, हमारे यहाँ हर चीज सड़क पर है।
In our country,
सब
everything
सड़क
is
पर
on
है,
the road.
रेडी वाला भी सड़क
That's
पर
why
है,
everything is
बंगला भी
visible.
सड़क पर है, और आपका रोल्स रॉयस भी सड़क पर ही चल रहा है। तो वहाँ ऐसा नहीं है, हाईवे पे
But
बैलगाड़ी
in the
नहीं
other
चलती,
countries, you don't see bullock
सब
carts
कुछ
on the
सड़क पर है हाईवे
highways,
पर।
not tractors
हालांकि
on highways.
यहाँ सब कुछ सड़क पर है, तो इसलिए यहाँ ज्यादा दिखता है।
In India, the misery is
लेकिन
more visible.
जहाँ भक्ति
But in other countries
है
also
वहीं
it
पर
is there,
वहाँ
but
वो
it is not so visible.
समस्या क्यों आती?
But actually, here also now we don't have
भक्ति
any
है और
bhakti. If there would have been
लेकिन
bhakti, then there would not have been
1000
so many
साल से ऊपर
problems
हो
in
गया था,
India. Because Ganga was
उस समय
existing
आपको
100
पता
years
चलेगा
back
कि
also.
गंगा के ऊपर
That
कितना
time you should have seen
भाव रहता था।
people had so
मेरे
much
जहाँ
devotion
समुदाय में
towards
हम लोग
Ganga.
रहते थे,
I remember
उस
when I
समय
was
तो
living in the
पैदल
village,
यात्रा करने
that
का
time
साधन नहीं
we
था।
did not have any
गंगा स्नान
medium
करना,
of
गंगा स्नान
transportation.
करना, ये
bathing in Ganga, Yamuna was not like this. How now people are coming in crowds to Vrindavan. Every day there is so much crowd. Earlier, rarely someone went to Ganga or Yamuna for bath. So somebody went to Ganga and take bath and used to bring Ganga water. He used to distribute it in the entire, every home in the village.
गोल गोल मीठी चिबौनी बोलते हैं ना उसको, तो उसको वो जो दो चम्मच गंगा जल आपको देगा और वो चिबौनी, तो उसको ऐसे लेते थे कि पता नहीं हमको भगवान मिल गया.
So when he used to distribute 2 spoons of Ganga water, people used to accept it with so much devotion as if they thought that they have attained Bhagavan only. My father was doing agriculture, so sometimes there used to be there were worms or insects in the crops. So when I was in the school, it was my duty every Sunday. I had to go take some Ganga water, mix it in the bucket of water and sprinkle it in all the crops. So they had so much Shraddha that this Ganga Jal will destroy the worms also. Today we can't even understand how much Shraddha people had earlier.
ऐसा नहीं था, आज कोई कपड़े नहीं धोता था नदी में जाके.
Earlier, nobody ever washed his clothes in the river. Some people were such that, first of all, they used to take bath in the home and then they went for taking bath in the Ganga.
तो गंगा को ऐसे पूजते थे.
They used to worship Ganga like this. Now, do you see any Shraddha like this? Now you can even buy Ganga Jal in bottle.
तो उस तरह की श्रद्धा अब देखने को नहीं मिलती. तो कहने का मतलब यह, क्योंकि ये श्रद्धा चली गई है इसलिए.
So now we don't see that type of Shraddha because Shraddha is lost. That's why you see all these people think that Bhakti is not working. But Bhakti is what Bhagavan is describing in Gita. In Gita, Bhagavan is not talking about Parikrama and all that. You go to Vrindavan Parikrama, you will not even be able to walk for the Parikrama. There is such a crowd there. And how much garbage is getting accumulated, because in Parikrama Marga there is so much rush. And then so much of so many stalls for selling food. People buy that and they throw the garbage there itself. Nobody thinks that I am doing Parikrama, I should not throw anything here. So that thinking doesn't exist only. That's why there is so much garbage in Vrindavan.
YouTube से प्रश्न है, क्या ज्ञानी भक्त शुद्ध भक्त का संग प्राप्त करके ऐश्वर्य और ज्ञान रहित गोलोक की शुद्ध भक्ति प्राप्त नहीं कर सकता? क्या वह केवल वैकुंठ की रति ही प्राप्त करता है?
नहीं, उसको मैंने बोला था प्रवचन में कि अगर उसको ऐसे भक्त का संग मिल जाएगा.
So I had said that this Jnani, if he gets association of Uttama Bhakta, he will get that bhakti.
ठीक है, और कुछ
prayer verses.
सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपाल नंदनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्. एकं शास्त्रं देवकी पुत्र गीतम् एको देवो देवकी पुत्र एव. एको मंत्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा. कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः. यच्छ्रेयः स्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं साधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर् ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांघ्रे। भवे भवे यथा भक्तिः पादयोस्तव जायते तथा कुरुष्व देवेश नाथस्त्वं नो यतः प्रभो। नाम संकीर्तनं यस्य सर्वपापप्रणाशनं प्रणामो दुःखशमनस्तं नमामि हरिं परम्। हरि ओम तत्सत्।